The following podcast is being brought to you by the Defy Life Podcast Network.
Maybe we can still heal you. Why? So you can just lock me up? No. Just bury me in the ocean with my ancestors that jumped from the ships. Because they knew death was better than bondage.
Oh, you think darkness is your ally? You merely adopted the dark. I was born in it, molded by it. I didn't see the light until I was already a man. By then it was nothing to me but blight. The shadows betray you because they belong to me.
In the hell do you think you are?
Okay, it's not working out. I'm gonna need the suit back.
For how long?
Forever. Yeah, let's
No, please,
Let's have it.
You don't understand. Please, this is all I have. I'm nothing without this suit.
If you're nothing without this suit, then you shouldn't have it, okay?
So Oz, this week we will be discussing the movie Brightburn. And I know you gave yourself a nice little birthday gift and went and saw the movie Brightburn. So we're gonna try this out and see if we can do it again. We did a real good job of doing a non-spoiler review at the beginning of the episode. Let's see if we can do this for Brightburn this week. So Oz, in your best non-spoiler explanation, talk to us about Brightburn and what you think about it.
Non-spoiler, man. Let me see, and in the quickest way possible too. Yeah, it was good. The simplest way to say is to your thoughts and to everybody, all the nerds. It is basically what would happen if Superman. If John and Martha weren't so good of parents.
Really? That's what you got from that? You put that on the parents?
Dude, here it goes.
Really? You put that on the parents?
Dude, I'm gonna give you a couple things, man. Couple things that kind of.
Remember, we're doing this non-spoiler. We did a real good job last week.
God, man, I thought we did a horrible job last week.
Did you? Because I don't think we spoiled anything.
Man, I think if we were tomatoes, we'd be like rotten tomatoes. We spoil things.
Come on, man.
Man, if we spoiled things so bad in that last one, Regular Scott, I think we'd be like kimchi. Okay.
All right.
All right. So all right. It goes like this. Okay, man. A mother's love is forever and eternal. I'll say that.
Nothing like it.
Even in the face of obvious things, you want to see the good in your child. You know. Yeah. I do wonder if the only saving grace that we ever got from Superman was that maybe he was supposed to do what Brightburn did, but maybe somehow something got lost in the translation, the communication.
We're gonna get into a spoiler filled review and talk about Brightburn because I have a lot of thoughts on it. I think it's set up
absolutely. Let's get on it.
Yeah, well, not now. We're gonna wait till after I set the table and all that. You know.
Oh, geez, I'm so impatient, man. Yeah, go for it.
But while we're still on the non-spoiler thing, because just in case some people haven't seen it, I know it's not quite the a big budget movie like we normally get in the summer, but it's still a really good movie. But I do completely disagree with you on the parents' part as far as in this particular case with him. I don't think the parents had anything to do with him turning out like that. But again, we're gonna really dive deep into that. I wanted to ask you, how do you feel about these kind of Elseworld stories where they take a classic character like they did with Superman and they pretty much just kind of flip it on its head? How do you feel about those stories, and how do you think this story was handled?
Listen, Uncle Oz is old. My bones hurt. I was just to say that. And
he just had a birthday too. He just had a birthday. Shout out to the birthday boy. Y'all give it up for the birthday boy.
There's no birthday boy. It's a birthday man. See, I'm so old. So me saying that, the one of the first things that wowed me and shook my head when I was doing when I got into comics was the What If series, and then DC did a Elseworld. And those blew my mind. Some of them were pretty lame, but some of them were just like gold, you know. And I thought, so personally, whenever there is an alternate history, alternate universe, I'm 100% in. Star Trek, if they ever do a mirror episode, I'm like, okay, sign me up. I'm gonna watch it. You know, that's always been my thing. And so I'm always like, even when Marvel did Ruins. People joke on it, like kind of silly stories and stuff, but I'm with it, man. I'm totally with it.
Okay, so and how do you think James Gunn did with this story?
He did good, man. I think he was out there just to say, okay, well, guess what? You know, if Marvel, well, Disney, if you're going to do this to me, me and my brother, we're going to go out and do this.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, and so they flipped superheroes on their head, and I love it because you leave going, whoa, well, what's to stop him? He's just going to keep growing, you know.
Yeah, I think that's a big part of it too. One of the things I enjoyed about the movie, I've said this on the show before, and I'm an Office guy until I die now. And anytime I see a character from The Office, I get real excited. The father was Pam's first boyfriend in The Office, and he's pretty much there throughout the entire show. So it was cool to see him in something.
Oh, it was great. Yeah.
I'm a big. Anytime I see anybody from The Office, I get excited. Like there's a show on HBO called Room 104, and one of the episodes has Dwight Schrute in it.
Hey, what is that about?
So Room 104 is like an anthology show. Each episode is completely different, but they all take place inside this same room. And paranormal stuff happens, like murders happen, cults happen there, time travel. It's just
whoa.
Oh, it's crazy stuff. There's always like a little twist. It's very Black Mirror, Twilight Zone-esque.
Are you serious? This is on HBO? Oh, man, I've been missing out all this time.
Now, listen, there are some really bad episodes. They're 30 minutes. There are some really bad ones, but there are some really, really good ones. The one with Dwight Schrute is really good. I think that's in the second season. The first season, I think the Pizza Boy episode is really good. And there's one with a babysitter that's really good. It's a really interesting show. You would like it. You know.
So
go ahead.
Not to cut you off. To bring it full circle. Speaking of Rainn Wilson, he has a cameo in Brightburn.
I don't remember him being in Brightburn.
Guess what? There's a photograph of him from Super. When the conspiracy theorists. Okay. Spoiler alert.
No, save that for the spoiler section.
Okay. I will bring up Rainn Wilson again. Okay. How he figures in.
Now look, don't forget, because I'm not gonna remind you.
Hey, I will bring up how Rainn Wilson figures into Brightburn.
Okay. And because there's a lot of universe building in Brightburn.
Oh, the doors have been left open, dude.
So let's I kind of want to get into it. So let's go ahead and rank it, and then I'll set the table. So what do you on our ranking scale? As you all know, we we like to rank movies with our ranking scale. We use things that we love/hate. Iris West from The Flash, she is without a doubt my absolute favorite. Oh my gosh, my absolute favorite character ever. Not. I've grown to
appreciate her.
Yes, and to be fair, she's been a lot better this second half of this season. So her character has been a lot better for me. Iris West is the top of the totem pole. She's beautiful. I can't deny that. Good actress.
Yeah.
Just don't like her character. She's top of the totem pole. Then we go to Oz's man, MGK, Waterlord Kelly. As you all know, he had a beef with Eminem. And when they asked what he thought about Eminem's kill shot, he gave it a solid 6. Solid 6. So,
and hey, so this dude, this kill shot, by the way, is a diss record, diss song about MGK.
I'm sure they know what kill shot is.
I know everybody does, but for the old folks like me, just so that you know, so back in the day, you know what happened.
Here we go.
This dude comes out with a diss song. You come out with one harder, man. No bloodshed, just like harder. Beat him down with the lyrics, dude. Lyrical assassin. But if you were ever interviewed, you'd be like, nah, man, I mean, it was all right. I give it a 2 minus 2. You don't ever want to play your hand and be like, at the end of all the beefing, then you're like, yo, that was great. But dude, in the middle of the beefing, this cat, he just gave up and said, yo, man, that was solid 6, dude. So that's my point. I'm sorry.
All right. So obviously the MGK is a 6.
Yeah.
And then we got Jar Jar Binks. Self-explanatory. I mean, nothing really needs to be said about Jar Jar Binks except they set that brother up, and he hasn't been the same
but
since.
The actor gets all sorts of props for hanging in there and doing his thing.
Yeah,
it's all about the character.
And then after that, we have The Guardian, and that is the fault of the character, the actor, the show, the network, and the entire package.
Yeah, that we're definitely referring to The Guardian from Supergirl.
Yes.
Booty.
So Iris West is like a 10, MGK is a 6, Jar Jar Binks is like a 4, and The Guardian is a 1 to a 0.
Is a turd.
So Oz, on our ranking scale, what are you giving Brightburn?
Oh, I'm gonna tell you like this, dude. Just for the nature of it, I'm giving it definitely an Iris West.
Wow.
That's
a wow. Okay. All right. Cool.
Yeah, I got nothing. I don't. It's not. It's no Infinity Gauntlet, But Iris West wearing a mirror wig.
So it's not perfect, but it's good.
It's not perfect at all, but it's good. And I love when people don't want to insult you by giving you the ending. They're just like, stay tuned, folks. And that's the way you love it. That's the way you like it, I'm
gonna give it an MGK on a motorcycle. Like you said, it was a solid movie. It didn't change the world for me, but I think if this spawns a universe, which I think it could, then I might look back at this movie and be like, okay, let me reevaluate this.
Dude, I can't wait till we get into our non-spoiler section.
You mean our spoiler section?
Sorry, to our spoiler section, because I got a lot to say, man. Whole lot.
Well, then let me go ahead and set the table. This is Take a Knee for Marvel vs. DC. I am your host, Regular Scott. I am here with my co-host who just had a birthday. Hey, the birthday boy. Shout out to the birthday boy again, the mighty Ozzy Killmonger.
What is up, good people? Man, hey, man, you're going to be like broadcasting my birthday out there, man.
You want to tell them how old you are?
No, because part of my secret identity, dude. You can't run up on Bruce Wayne and be like, Bruce, hey, man, your mansion's awesome, dude. Hey, that door behind that clock, though, it's pretty interesting. You can't be running up on people like that, dude. Man, Bruce Wayne be like, yo, I'm having a little talk with you. Me and Alfred need to have a little talk with you.
That's funny.
Yeah. Man, talking about some Clark Kent invited you to his house for dinner with Lois. You go to there. Hey, Clark, man, yo, your Fortress of Solitude is awesome. Lois is like, your Fortress of what? Come on, dude. You know,
and you can, if you can find us and let me know how right Oz is on Twitter at @NE4Marvel vs. DC. That's the number 4. We're always posting pictures, polls, and I actually do have a Twitter poll for today.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I can't wait for this one. Definitely do have a Twitter poll for us today. You can email us at @NE4Marvel vs. DC at godefylife.com. You can send us questions, comments, topics you want us to talk about, any of that. We
need more topics, man. I can't wait.
No, we got plenty of topics, but we could use some questions.
Well,
we got plenty of topics.
I want to hear what our listeners would like to hear us discuss, man. Because I'm trying to nerd out more.
Okay, all right. Well, you heard what he said. You heard. Do that for his birthday. Send us some questions for his birthday, some topic.
Yeah, that'd be good. That's a good birthday.
And actually, Oz, you got something to plug.
Oh yeah, man. Hey, so it's been a while, and I started just got the real Ozzy Killmonger on the Twitter. What is this? I'm so old. What is this Twitter thing? What's a tweet? And so I started that up. You know,
what's your name support, so they can follow you?
But hey, I don't want to be followed, man. That's the problem. Everybody would see that's T'Challa's problem. That's why I'm always going to be looking at the throne for Wakanda, dude. You got to let the people lead.
All right. All right. So don't follow Oz then.
But you should, because you follow me, I'll follow you.
Okay. All right. And make sure you like, subscribe, and give us 5-star ratings on iTunes, Spreaker, Spotify, TuneIn, anywhere you listen to your podcasts. You can find us. We have a new logo. Shout out to Mr. J.R. Glim.
Oh, it's so dope,
as he's like to be known on this show as the kingpin of Defy Life. This dude hooked us up with a new logo.
Wilson Fisk of Defy Life.
And we release on Sundays. What else you doing on a Sunday?
Well, I just want to say that we release on Sundays. What you doing on a Sunday? Right there, say that.
We had another commercial that Oz did, but
it got booted. Apparently,
Kingpin said that wasn't gonna fly.
Yeah, apparently Kingpin doesn't know what true art is. Doesn't know what Then Kingpin listened to 30 seconds of our commercials. Like, nope.
Kingpin listened to your intro line and was like, nope.
That's all good, dude. I got White Tiger, Luke Cage.
Actually, we don't have Luke Cage anymore.
Oh yeah, I got Iron Fist. That's okay, man. Hey. Nature hates a void, dude. I got Daredevil waiting. Punisher. It's all good, man.
Oh man, that's great.
All
right, so let's get into some news topics before we get back to our Brightburn discussion. And I actually do have a Twitter poll. I know it's been a little while since I put out a Twitter poll, but I got one for us. This one got 88 votes. And Oz, I'll go to you first. Only one of the Fantastic Four can be in the MCU. Which one do you choose?
Yeah, man, that's hard. No, actually, it's not hard because it's only between two people. Invisible Girl, Mr. Fantastic, and I'm going to have to go with Mr. Fantastic, but it should be Invisible Girl. But Mr. Fantastic definitely stays.
So put them in order that you think they're ranked.
Oh man, dude, it's got to be Mr. Fantastic, Invisible Girl, the Human Torch thing.
With 85 votes, 33% voted for Reed Richards. 31% voted for the Human Torch.
Wow.
20% voted for the Thing.
Booty.
16% voted for Sue Storm.
There must be a lot of dudes answering this
one.
Well,
here's the thing. And I'll let the comic connoisseur kind of go into more details about it. I don't think people realize
they have no clue
how powerful Sue Storm really is and what she can really do. Like I don't think people realize how powerful the women in the MCU are.
Dude, that's why I laugh but it's the tears of a clown. But I'm laughing whenever people are like, sometimes even you, regular Scott, people are like, Captain Marvel's too overpowered. I was like, dude, the women of the of the MCU and the Marvel universe, dude.
But I like Sue Storm. I like Scarlet Witch.
Yeah,
I just don't like Captain Marvel.
You give them props, dude.
Yeah, I just don't like Captain Marvel.
Here's the thing. And it goes like this. Reed Richards should get number one. And I'm gonna break down this. People, reply back with your dissent. I just want to give you my personal view on this.
And don't forget, he's got a. Oh, hey Oz, you still didn't tell them where to find you on Twitter. I'm sorry.
Okay, look for the real Ozzy Killmonger, and that's Ozzy with 2 Z's. Okay, and that's all one word.
No. You want to look for at Ozzy Real. That's what you want to look up. His name is the real Ozzy Killmonger, but his name is at Ozzy Real. I know this Twitter thing is new to you.
No, did you? Are you sure, dude?
Yeah, I'm reading it right now.
Oh, my
I'm reading it
Twitter,
right now.
I just read it. Oh, this is awesome. Hey, but let me tell you something. Whoever might feel like they want to joke on me not knowing this Twitter, I still have the latest technology from Wakanda. You know, Twitter is just it's so antiquated to me. It is simply like telling a dude to use the abacus when he's got like a phaser. All right, so I'm just saying.
The latest technology from Wakanda.
Okay, yeah. So a regular Scott comes through as usual. Hey y'all, look me up at Ozzy Real, and that is going to be Ozzy with 2 Z's and Real because I'm real.
OZZIE.
OZZIEREAL.
Now get ready to go take your showers, get your lunch, get your dinner ready. If you need to start cooking and prepping your meals, now is the time to do it because the common connoisseur is about to teach a lesson.
I would dare say if you need to go out to the mall, go for it.
Oh my God, dude.
Actually, get your sleeping bag, folks. This might take a little while. I'll break it down real quick. Reed Richards should be number one because he is literally the smartest person in the Marvel universe. People are like, oh, his daughter. No. She's got the potential to be smarter, and sometimes she has bouts of wisdom. The the cosmic rays that hit those 4, it altered all of their DNA, and it made them elementals too: earth, wind, fire, and water. Earth, air, fire, and water. Okay, Reed Richards is water. His body is pretty much you can give him a shot or say surgery, but he has to will himself to like loosen his body. He can stretch any part of his body for literally I think the length is about 2 miles. And you have to understand, like even his organs, everything. He once he got in a fight because King Namor was being a jerk to Sue and disrespecting her, like saying, hey, yo, leave Reed, come with me. And she's like, dude, chill out. And so he's like, you got to stop doing this. So he went toe to toe with Namor, and he consolidated 90% of his mass into his fist and punched Namor and made that dude bleed. So do not forsake this dude's abilities, man. He and also maker of the unstable molecules, which everyone in the Marvel Universe uses for their suits. Come on, the Baxter Building. And quiet as kept, people are saying T'Challa, Tony Stark, they're the richest people. Reed Richards sells his stuff, dude. He's down low, super rich, but he spends his money on research. He also opened up the portal to the negative zone. Okay? And part of the thing that he did, because he is a scientist, when all his people came back, he started doing scientific experiments, not some Nazi stuff, but just like testing the limits of their abilities, testing their powers out. That's Reed Richards, man. He's lethal. He's lethal. If you want to see what an evil Reed Richards is, I think it's the inventor or the thinker. He's a Reed Richards from some alt universe, and he's evil. He's evil. All right. Next to me, it should be Sue, if not number one. The Invisible Girl. Not only can she turn her body invisible and undetectable through anything, radar or whatever, all the spectrums. She also has a super powerful force field that allows oxygen through if she wants, or can cut it off because she's never like been in need of oxygen. She's went down to the bottoms of Atlantis with her force field. Okay, she's also she's been in a dark cave with pitch dark cave, consolidated a little tiny bit of ambient light into her force field and used it as a flashlight. She is super powerful. Wolverine went after everybody in the Marvel Universe. The Invisible Girl, she put air bubbles into his throat to choke him. Okay. All right. She's lethal. She's lethal and pretty amazing too. You got the Thing. I'm gonna say Johnny next because Johnny he's been known. He's a Human Torch. He can burn anything, but also he can control his heat too, and his skin cannot be burned by his maximum power. His maximum output is said to be like a nuclear bomb exploding.
Nova.
Go ahead.
No, I was saying Nova.
Yeah, he's got his Nova Blast, right? People are like, oh, he can only do his Nova Blast. And they're like, it takes him 24 hours to rejuvenate. When he was trapped in the negative zone, he did a Nova Blast twice. And he said, I didn't think I could ever do that. And he came back from the negative zone. Oh, he came back hardcore, dude. He was hardcore and lethal. He had a Nihilus on a leash. So yeah, Johnny's lethal, dude. He can control his ability. He's flame. The Thing gets underrated because he's just the big brute. He's super strong. I'll give him that. It's interesting to me. I was just thinking about this cat. Underneath the rock is flesh. It's like this pinkish, soft flesh. So you see him like getting like Wolverine's taking him out before he's had to regenerate before. He's an interesting bird. In the future, there's been an alt universe where Reed Richards is always trying to cure him. He finally does it to where he's able to let him transform on his own. So, but yeah, I mean, I'm just saying, the Invisible Girl is a powerhouse, dude.
No, you ain't got to tell me. I would have picked her.
Yeah, if she could literally take out every single one of them if she wanted to.
Well, I was gonna mention the air bubble thing. I couldn't remember who was against, so I didn't know it was against Wolverine, but I do remember her putting air bubbles in somebody's throat and just choking them, and she can do that to anybody she wants, and they would never even see it.
Oh, dude, look, when she was Malice, and these old Fantastic Four issues, I think John Bryan was the writer, and Chris Claremont was the writer, and John Bryan was the artist, one of them. Man, she was evil, and she was taking them all out like they were suckers, dude. You know, just snuffing Johnny Storm out, boom, force field. Reed Richards just like stretching him out to like crazy. It just, oh man,
So let me ask you this, comic connoisseur. Mm-hmm. You're a Battleground veteran at this point. How do you beat Sue Storm?
You gotta, dude. You gotta do two things with her. You gotta tug at her emotional heartstrings. You gotta tug at the kids, and then also you gotta fight power with power, man. I was just thinking you need like a Jean Grey with her when she's a telepath and a telekinesis too. You know, you need that kind of power.
Okay.
Yeah, because look, man, fools know, dude. They used to play her as like, oh, turn invisible. Okay. Then they started expanding her powers, man. People were just like, yo, you better be cool, man.
Well, that's the thing. I just don't think people true. And then like the movies, all she did was really turn invisible and make force fields.
I know. See, if you want to call people being overpowered, she is underpowered. And also the thing is, dude, I get
I
frustrated.
don't think she's
because
underpowered though. She's not underpowered.
in the movies, man. They don't.
Oh,
they
in the movies. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Okay, yeah.
In the movies, she's underpowered, man.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
don't
no,
show
absolutely.
her
Just like
true
Scarlet
potential,
Witch.
dude. Oh, absolutely.
Just like Scarlet Witch. Scarlet Witch can literally talk people in and out of existence.
Yeah, and so what they're always thinking about what to do when they make these Fantastic Four movies. It's so stupid. They're just like Michael B. Jordan, Human Torch, turn him black, cool, problem solved.
Well, I think
go ahead.
the thing with Invisible Woman is they make all her powers defensive powers, so people don't think that she can attack or she can be somebody that you would send in. They think of her as somebody that you leave back at the fort, to protect something.
She's like the team's hidden assassin ninja, and so they're always thinking of the angle to come at the Fantastic Four. They never just say, you guys are not stupid audience goer, and just call them what they are. They're the first family of the Marvel Universe, and treat them like that. Have a story that's already have them established, and just go for it that way, and just like do a story about that. If I were to redo the Fantastic Four, and in the MCU, I would probably do it like this. I would do Mr. Fantastic and Sue Storm as a couple, a movie about them two, maybe with their kids. I would have John Krasinski and Emily Blunt be Mr. Fantastic and Sue Storm. They already have a good chemistry. They're doing the Fantastic Four comics. Mr. Fantastic looks like John Krasinski anyway. They're drawing him in his image now anyway. So I think that's a natural fit. You throw Human Torch in any Marvel movie you want, and it would work. He can be anywhere on Earth. Not in space, but on Earth. They always play him as the comic relief,
But he can do that with so many of these characters.
Oh yeah, But the thing that they failed to do was that he's friends with Bobby Drake, Iceman. He's friends with Peter Parker, Spider-Man. He's been around the block, dude. So it's just I would like to see them like already like with the Baxter Building already established. Reed Richard nerding out, trying to just experiment a lot, and Sue raising the two kids, but then but they still have to do a crisis like that. Like The Incredibles is basically the Fantastic Four.
It's a better version of the Fantastic Four.
Well, it'll do.
The Incredibles is a really good movie.
It's good. I mean, but it's based off them. You can't say it's a better version. It's based off them.
I absolutely can say it's a better version.
It's based. Well, I mean, okay, so they improved on the original.
Yeah, I'm not saying I'm not saying they're like original characters. There's no question they're based off the Fantastic Four, but it's a better version.
I'll give it to you, man.
You know, I mean, like, do you think so? Do you agree?
Like the concept or the movies?
I mean, the movies, there's no question. I don't think you can argue that.
The concept is no, because the best run for the Fantastic Four for me were when they were doing the Fantastic Four like project where they were doing the foundation and recruiting all the brightest kids, and their kids were going to school. And their kids were learning about their powers. It was good. That was a good run, man.
So let me ask you this. We talked about, you mentioned the Baxter Building, and that kind of set a light bulb off in my mind. Avengers Tower in the MCU movies. It's probably going to be rebranded. Is that going to be Oscorp, or do you think that's the new Baxter Building? Because there's a photo of them building something at that tower. I can't remember which movie it is. Is that, you think they're going to turn that into the Baxter Building or Oscorp?
Oh, they'll probably turn it into Oscorp because because it's easy to do.
Okay, because I think that would have been an easy transition to the Baxter Building.
Oh, in the smart world, it'd been like Reed Richards bought that.
Exactly.
That's what I wish.
And you can have Reed Richards kind of be that. Reed Richards can fill the Tony Stark role with the right actor in the MCU.
But Reed Richards, he's not a sarcastic cat.
but he can't. He can be though, but it's an intelligent sarcasm.
Yeah, but I think people would get tired of that because they would feel like, because sometimes you get tired of Tony Stark because you feel like he's talking down to you, and people like his sass. That's what they like.
Okay, I'm with that.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you have to get like people love Johnny and Ben because they're sassy, you know. And in the first Fantastic Four movie, they totally butchered those guys' relationship, you know. They made it so antagonistic where in the comics it was more like a big brother little brother thing. And Johnny really did that just to kind of get Ben to take his mind off of like being the thing, you know.
Right, that's true. All right.
You know?
Well, that was a good little discussion on the Fantastic Four, the first family who doesn't get talked about enough. I think.
Hey, so hopefully our listeners are right around the corner from coming back from the mall. Just drying off from the shower. Oh my God!
They might have went to the pool, so
the rice is almost done. You know, man, the pot roast is almost coming out.
Well, this comes
Perfect.
out on a Sunday, like you've mentioned before.
You know,
Yeah.
what you doing on a Sunday?
So maybe they went to church.
Oh, church service. They're like, yeah, you know what? Oz will be finished with his little monologue by the time I'm back from church. This will be good.
If not, let me go check at the offering right before the sermon, just in case.
Yeah, let me put in 50 cents. Oh man, everybody's putting in $1. Oh,
Dang,
no,
I forgot my tithe this week.
Yeah.
All right, I got a couple news tidbits, and then we're gonna get right back into Brightburn.
All right, dude. I'm about to lose my train of thought on this parallel. So go ahead.
Okay, all right. Let me get through these news tidbits. Spider-Man. Let me start with that, and then I got some Batman news that I want to talk about. Spider-Man is rumored to open with $200 million opening weekend.
Well, I mean, Marvel's just like, yo, I'm trying to get some money.
But that's really big for like that's big for a solo movie.
Well,
like it's not a team up movie. That's a big opening.
Yeah, but think about what I wonder if we're gonna get a Nick Fury in this one.
He is. You haven't seen the trailers, dude?
Okay, perfect. I see some. Hey, so
he's absolutely in it.
Okay, so remember, what did Captain Marvel get? And Captain Marvel, like people not knowing anything about her.
Right, but Captain Marvel also had, it was the
I'm
female lead.
I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you why.
Well, no, I can tell you why. There's about 6 or 7 different reasons. Joss Whedon is hyping her up as the strongest Avenger, saying that she's so powerful, so that way you would want to see her in Infinity War and Endgame fight Thanos. Also, it was because it came right before Endgame, so all that momentum as well is helping. And not to mention, I said it before, I'll say it again, she was a female hero, so that they used that to boost their sales, in my opinion.
All right, so in my opinion, would you like me to tell you why Spider-Man is easily going to do the 2? I need you to say yes. I want you to tell me your opinion.
Okay, sure. Tell me your opinion, Oz.
I'm glad you asked that, Regular Scott. This is my humble opinion. All right. That's just based off of Captain Marvel. Spider-Man will easily pull in $200 million because of this reason. Spider-Man was a beloved character, and people were crying, brokenhearted, pissed, upset, mad that he faded the way he did in Infinity War. He came back and started kicking butt in Endgame, and everybody was cheering, happy. And the moment between Tony Stark and Peter Parker was great, and it was this I cried. It was heart-wrenching, and so people love Spider-Man. So this second one is going to have this guy coming back after the Endgame, which is and as you said, piggybacking off of Endgame, because the Endgame is still fresh in people's brain. This movie is it's marketing. It's going to make a lot of loot.
Well, its marketing must not be that good because you haven't even seen the trailer with Nick Fury in it.
No, I've seen the trailer, dude. And you know, I wasn't in a rush for Brightburn. I take it very casual, dude.
All right, 200 million is a bit optimistic. That's a whole lot for a solo character movie. I don't.
Okay, here we go.
I mean, but seriously, like
this is the last shebang for him too. Oh, come on.
This isn't his last movie.
Really?
No, Tom Holland will be back.
I don't know about that.
He's already like accidentally spilled the beans that he'll be back.
Oh well, I think personally, he's the best Spider-Man so far.
I can't give you that. I grew up with Tobey Maguire.
Nah, see, that's fine.
And I'm one of the few who thinks Andrew Garfield got the short end of the stick.
Well, I was watching again. I was looking at this cat, and I was like, man, he should shave, because we watched the one with Electro and Rhino in it. And I was like, yeah, I can see his stubble. That kind of stuff just kind of threw me off a little bit. Toby should have been a Spider-Man when Peter Parker. If we all know what we knew now, Toby should have played him as a Spider-Man a little bit more older when he's working at the Daily Bugle.
He was working at the Daily Bugle.
Well, but it should have started him off with that, and him and Mary Jane already doing their thing. You know?
Yeah, but superhero movies at that time weren't like it was accepted.
Spider-Man was legendary for what it did.
Exactly.
But in hindsight, this is all hindsight, man. But yeah, I like my guy, my Spider-Man. Like Aunt May is too hot and unrealistic though. But come on,
you talking about in this latest incarnation?
Yeah, dude, Melissa Torme is Aunt May. Give me a break, dude. I could kind of buy Sally Fields, but then Melissa, I was like, you need to stop.
No, I get that. And Tom Holland is a really, like, he definitely embodies the more of the childish not childish, but the younger aspect of him. Andrew Garfield, I don't think his movies did him justice. I thought he pulled off the nerd really well. And I thought he had like the sarcasm and the jokes. I thought I thought that fit him really well. I thought he fit the character.
He had crappy stories though, dude.
Yeah, he did. No doubt. Even the first Amazing Spider-Man wasn't that bad, was it?
No, it was okay, but I liked a lot what he was doing, but just like some of the stuff was just like that Jamie Foxx one was just god, that wasn't
too good. They tried to keep it accurate with Gwen Stacy, but
yeah, but I was like, oh, come on.
All right. Do you want to stick with Marvel or do you want to go to the Batman news?
Let's go. Oh, go to Batman. He's been blown up the spot. Twilight, dude. Shimmering diamonds.
All right, I got one more Marvel news first. I thought you were going to pick Marvel.
See, okay, you got to go for it then.
Stan Lee was originally going to play the old man Steve Rogers at the end of Endgame.
Oh.
That was going to be, but they were concerned that it would confuse people.
Yeah.
But that was going to be his original cameo in Endgame.
That would have been kind of cool.
That would have been really cool.
Yeah.
Fox, this is a news tidbit that just came out, was talking about making an X-Men, Deadpool, Fantastic Four, and Daredevil all teaming up in the same movie. This was during the time when Avengers, this is like in 2011.
Oh, funny. Okay.
Back when like Avengers and First Class and all that was getting put together, Fox was talking about making a secret movie they were going to release with all those characters in it.
I'm glad that didn't happen. It would have been terrible.
It would have been something.
Bad CGI, bad. Oh God. Dude,
it would have definitely been a sight to see.
Yeah, a hot, wet marble mess.
Yeah, that would have been something. But it would have been cool to see Daredevil on the big screen.
You know what? We did. We saw Ben Affleck. You know, popping his pills.
I forgot about him.
Popping his pills in his red leather jacket.
Whatever. All right. Matthew Vaughn had a trilogy in mind when he took over the X-Men movies before he did First Class. And Days of Future Past, which is, most people agree that's a really good movie, one of the stronger X-Men movie in the entire series.
Oh, for sure.
Matthew Vaughn wanted that to be his third movie. in the trilogy. The second movie would have been focused on a younger Wolverine, and he would have cast Tom Hardy as the younger Wolverine. So then he would have had the younger group meet the older group in Days of Future Past, and they all would have teamed up.
Yeah.
Do you like that idea, or do you like what they ended up doing better with Days of Future Past being the second movie, Age of Apocalypse following, and now
Age of Apocalypse was horrible.
Okay, so do you like the original idea or this idea here?
No, I don't mind that idea, the original idea. I just said Tom Hardy being Wolverine, this is too distracting. You should just have a younger, huge Assman.
Okay. Batman time.
Oh, boy.
Now, this rumor right here has got me a little excited and a little worried at the same time. Okay? A little excited and a little worried. Now, we all know Robert Pattinson has officially been confirmed as Batman. It is no longer a rumor. He is officially confirmed as Batman. It was between him and Nicholas Hoult, who is Tolkien in the movie Tolkien, or he's Beast in the latest X-Men movies.
Yep.
It was between those two. Robert Pattinson went out. Now, the latest rumor is saying that not only will it have Catwoman and Penguin as among its rogue villains, Robin will be making an appearance in this movie. They don't specify which Robin, but I'm assuming if this is a younger Batman, it's got to be Dick Grayson.
Dude.
Now, here's the thing. I'm okay with it if we're not doing it. I don't mind that, long as we don't need an origin story.
Yeah, we do not need an origin story.
That's okay if they do it like that. I'm cool with jumping right into the mix.
All I'm saying is I want them to go right into it. I want a 10-year-old Robin who's a year in of kicking butt.
Let him be 12.
Okay, a year in, but that means Robert has to pull off a kind of 30-year-old Batman really well.
Now, I make jokes about him being Batman. He is a good actor. Like I don't have a problem admitting that. Water for Elephants.
No, dude, I gotta see what his physique's gonna look like, dude. What the suit's gonna look like, man. I mean,
all that's gonna play a factor. I
gotta see who they're gonna choose as Alfred.
Now here's the thing about the Robin that's got me worried. I told you there was some good and there's some things that had me worried. Cole Sprouse. I don't know if you know who that is.
Who is Cole Sprouse?
He's a twin. He's on Riverdale. He was in Big Daddy back in the day with Adam Sandler. He was the little boy.
Oh, that dude.
He's a good actor too.
Yeah.
He is a good actor. He's rumored to play Robin.
So let me just put it to you right here. I'm going to say it to everybody right now. The movie, I don't care how great the script is going to be terrible if they don't have these cats with black hair. If you do any sort of Val Kilmer hair, anything like that, any sort of like Crystal Donnelly hair for Robin, it's out, dude. You're done.
Well, Cole Sprouse does have black hair.
Okay, you got to do it, dude. You got to just stay.
You're focusing on his hair. I'm thinking about his age.
Well,
I mean, this kid's 27, and he's supposed to be Robin. Now, here's the thing. Maybe he's gonna be like. Maybe Dick Grayson and Batman aren't that different in age, and maybe that's kind of the connection. I mean, I'm not
hyperventilating.
I know it's not perfect, but there's no way that we're supposed to pretend that Robert Pattinson is 20 years older than Cole Sprouse.
Yeah, I know, dude.
I was thinking maybe, if they would have kept Ben Affleck as Batman, just as an example.
Yeah.
And then you could have had Cole Sprouse be Dick Grayson, and you could have a whole other Robin. You could have three different characters. Robert Pattinson probably could have been a good Dick Grayson.
I guess. No, I don't mind it. Let him be, but maybe Robin's coming from a different universe.
So who would Cole's... But who... I don't know. Long as they don't kill him, They better. I'm gonna tell you what. If Dick Grayson gets put back on the big screen and they kill him, I don't know.
Man, I rewatched some Titans, man, and I rewatched the Robin, the Jason Robin beating up the police officers again. That was crazy.
Here you go, you and Titan.
He's brutal, dude. I'm just saying, man. You know, you should love Titans. Dude.
I do. I am all in on Titans. I wasn't a fan of the ending, but that's a whole other thing.
Yeah, we're gonna see what the new season holds, man.
The new season is gonna have my Judas contract, so I can't be upset long as they just stick to the story. Don't change anything. Just stick to the script.
We'll see, dude. We'll see.
Well, that's all they got to do. If they just stick to the script, they're good.
Yeah. No, there's so much goodness, and yeah, we're gonna see. Oh. And if they say, hey, let's let Beast Boy have more than one animal he can change into.
Honestly, Beast Boy can go.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, just for me personally, Beast Boy can go.
Maybe they should flip it and have him die.
You know what? If you were going to have a character die, he would probably have the most emotional punch.
Yeah. So I'm not ready for Raven to die yet, so...
Well, Raven's about to grow up here soon, and she's going to start looking completely different. Like,
oh, I know.
You know what I'm saying? Like, 'cause she's just going to she's going to grow up. She's a little kid in these last season. That was like 2 years ago when they filmed it.
I know. She's totally going to look. Oh, I know.
Like, she's going to start like looking completely different, and it's going to change things. It's going to change like how people view her and Beast Boy and stuff like that. Like, people are probably going to start assuming her and Dick are going to end up getting together when she starts looking older. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I hear that, man.
But, well, you know, like you said, we'll see what happens with that.
Let's just see.
That's all I got for the news tidbits. You got any news tidbits?
No, I'm excited about. I will have a full review of Swamp Thing next broadcast. I'm excited.
How you
gonna
have a full
that.
review of all the episodes not out?
Well, I'll have a full review of the first episode. Genius. Evil. See.
I do want to give a shout out to Big B Stats. If you haven't checked out our interview with YouTube sensation and phenom,
please
Big B
check
Stats,
that out, dude.
Definitely check that out, man. It's a great conversation. This guy is so humble. It took us a lot to get him out of his humble shell. We wanted him to talk some smack, get a little loose, and we had a real good time on the conversation. We talk about his grind, getting to 2 million YouTube subscribers, which anyone who's done YouTube or even podcasts knows it's not easy to get subscribers. And to get 2 million, that means 2 million people tune in to you every time you post something. That's amazing. And like I told him on the show, Blurred's got to stick together. So, again, shout out to Big B Stats. Follow him on YouTube. Check out our interview with him. It's really good. If you don't know who he is and you have kids and they're on YouTube or play Minecraft, I guarantee they know who he is. And
absolutely.
And if you want, they can listen to that show because it's actually PG. I don't think we did any cursing on there. Oz was on his best behavior.
Oh, we did. Yeah. We made it purposely for everybody. It's a good show. And the guy is very humble. He's very cool. It's awesome. It's good.
If you want to hear Oz get really giddy and excited when he meets somebody and gets starstruck, this is the one for you.
I'm always starstruck. I get starstruck. That's why I get starstruck whenever I hear your voice, regular Scott.
Yeah, I do that to people. So before we get into Brightburn, spoilers and all, I'm going to play a quick commercial, and then we're going to do some digging into Brightburn. Oz said he has some thoughts about it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let me play this commercial, and then we'll be right back.
Hey, Siri.
Hey, how may I help you?
Play the Relationship Status Podcast.
Playing the Relationship Status Podcast.
I would ask him, like, what are you doing? Where are you going with this? What are you trying? And he really didn't have, like, a real answer.
Okay.
So I didn't feel like we were going to be compatible later on down the line.
I think that goes back to something I've often heard and think myself, that men date women thinking they're never going to change, and women date men
thinking that they are.
Thinking that they can change them.
Relationship Status. New episode every Monday at 12 noon on Defy Life Network.
And we are back after that commercial. Y'all make sure you check out Relationship Status. Very good show. Oz, do you have any tips on relationship statuses?
Man, dude.
As a married man with kids, what's the number one bit of advice you would give?
If mama ain't happy, ain't nobody happy.
And that, let me tell you something, that's real.
That's
about as real as it gets.
I mean, that's about the best relationship advice I can ever tell you, man. You gotta
happy wife, happy life.
Yeah, everything is like you gotta give a little, to get a little.
Yeah, you gotta give a lot to get a little.
You gotta give a lot to get a little.
No doubt about that. Before we get into Brightburn, actually, I'll save that for the final blow. I had something, but I'll save it for the final blow.
Oh, really?
You want me to say it now?
Yeah, dude, come on, man. Say it now.
All right. Well, I'm not gonna have a final blow, but I saw Rocket Man this weekend.
Oh wow, we had chatted about that.
The Elton John movie, and let me just say this. That is one of the best movies I've seen in a long time. I don't know. I had a ball with that movie. I absolutely loved that movie. It was awesome.
It was a party, huh?
Oh, it was. You know what? That's exactly what it was. It was a party. And Taron Egar, the guy from Kingsman, Taron Egar.
Yeah.
He was great. If he doesn't get some love from the awards, something's wrong. I mean, he sang all the songs, he played the piano, and he did his thing, man. He performed.
Well, here's the problem I have with all that. Whenever you're ready here.
I'm ready.
Will you ever be able to see him as a Kingsman again?
Yes, and he's that good. He's that good at the role.
Okay.
He's that good at the role where I can still see him playing other roles.
Okay.
It's got Rob Stark in it. It's a really good movie. The kids steal the show. I cannot recommend this movie enough. I can't remember if Miggs. I don't know if Miggs did a review on this one, but shout out to Movie Man Miggs. If you haven't done a review on Rocket Man Miggs, I think you should. I don't know if you like musicals, and I honestly don't know how prominent Elton John is in the black household.
I will say, growing up, I was a military brat and the youngest of the crew. But I will say this: I distinctly remember lots of Elton John vinyl. Maybe a couple Elton John 8 tracks. I feel like the black community, I'm probably going to be wrong, because, hey, let me just make it really justified. The black military community, I feel like they liked Elton John. I feel like the black community has always kind of embraced Elton John to a certain degree.
And I know for me personally, I didn't realize how many songs not that he wrote them or anything, but how many songs are his songs, like that he performed first, that he made famous. I didn't realize how many of those sounds are his sounds.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome, right?
No, it's really eye-opening, and it's really cool. And like him being gay is a big part of the movie, and like it doesn't matter, like you don't, even though it's a big part of the movie, like the music and the sound and the dancing and the energy is just so infectious. You just get so engulfed in it, man. It's awesome. It's a great movie.
And also it's great because Elton John was in the last Kingsman movie.
That's there it is. That's nice callback right there. Nice callback right there. And his name is Taron Egerton. Taron Egerton.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, yeah, I just wanted to... I was going to save that for the final blow, but I highly recommend Rocket Man.
All right, that's good. That's good to know.
Right.
I may check it out. I may.
You're not going to watch Rocket Man. I only saw it because my wife wanted to see it.
I just don't see... I'm just not a musical type of dude, man.
Oh, I'm not either. That's why I'm so surprised at how much I enjoyed this movie.
I'm not a Rent type of dude. So... Or I'm sorry, I shouldn't even...
I don't know if this is the same thing as Rent.
All right, okay, good.
I know they have gay people in it, but I don't know if it's the same thing as Rent.
And that has nothing to do with gay. It says musicals.
Well, it just happened to be that the ones you picked were about gay people.
Well, I would go see Hamilton. You know.
Okay.
I still need to see Hamilton, but I'm not going to go see the Phantom of the Opera. You know.
I wouldn't see Phantom.
I'm not a Les Miserables kind of person. How's that?
I would go see a Hugh Jackman musical.
I just can't.
I like Hugh Jackman. I would go see a Hugh Jackman musical.
I hear you.
I like. All right. Let's get off the musicals. This has nothing to do with Take a Knee or Marvel vs. DC.
I take a knee for not going to see a musical.
All right, Brightburn. Spoilers. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. One more time for those who didn't hear in the back.
No, I'm excited about it, man. I'm really excited.
About the spoiler alert, Brightburn, or going to see Rocket Man?
About us breaking down Brightburn, because I have some thoughts on that.
All right. Go ahead. I know you've been itching to give your thoughts.
Chomping at the bit, as the people say.
Go ahead.
So they can set up a whole universe, a whole other universe if they wanted to, and really have a go at it, because there's a bunch of interconnected stuff.
Yeah, they set up Aquaman, Wonder Woman at the end.
Yeah, but they did Batman too. Do you know who the Batman is?
No.
Oh, well, let me tell you who the Batman is. It's your boy Rainn Wilson, man. There's a picture in the end. There's a picture of what's the character?
He's not Batman though. He's his character from the movie Super. He's not portraying like a Bruce Wayne type.
The Crimson Bolt. There's a picture of the Crimson Bolt, and I'm saying Batman as in like a non-superpowered person.
Yeah, but he's not.
Thank you. I know. Thank you. That's exactly what I'm saying. A non-superpowered vigilante. There you go. He's the Rorschach, Batman, whatever you want to do, the non-superpowered person. Boom. And so like they set all that up, and that's awesome. That's exciting, because I look forward to seeing what comes of the kid, dude.
Is that all that you had? Because you said you had a lot, so.
Well, no, I that's the biggest thing that's an awesome little add-on that they did there, and I wonder if he and all of his lust for power, or he could just still be the harbinger of a bunch of other aliens, but there's a way to defeat him. There was supposed to be another scene where the girl that he's been terrorizing, she replaces her broken arm with a mechanical arm.
How do you know there's supposed to be another scene?
Oh, dude! Like I'm reading all these little spoilers for it, and I bet you they're gonna probably have them in the video in the DVD release. But there's like they talk about the Wonder Woman-ish character who's a witch, the Aquaman who's a half human, half monster from the sea, the Crimson Bolt they mentioned again, and also they had alluded to they were going to add in the middle of. They said they were.
Who is they?
Sorry, the director was going to add into it. Here, I want to get this the right little thing. Was going to add the girl getting her arm being replaced with a mechanical arm, and she's just looking pissed. So that would be cool. What would be super cool is if her arm is made out of the same metal as the ship.
Well, it's not going to happen because they've already said that they're not doing that one. So.
I know, because it was fine. It didn't make a lot of money, but it's
well, no, it has nothing to do with the money. It's just because they didn't like the idea.
Of what?
I'm reading the article now.
Okay. With a lab fasten a robot arm or broken the back. I'm saying it would have been cool if the arm was made out of the machine arm. It's good. I just look forward to knowing what he's going to do to the planet and how they're going to retaliate to level the playing field.
Well, you already know what he's going to do to the planet. He already drew a picture of it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, I still like to see he's sort of like is definitely irredeemable, the character, for sure.
No, I don't think he's irredeemable. All he's got to do is just save the world.
No, as in like, Irredeemable, the superhero comic book of which is like under the same premise. A Superman type character goes bad. He's got all the powers of that. So
yeah, but irredeemable is a strong word. I mean, let's say this Wonder Woman cat.
I'm saying he's like Irredeemable, the character.
Oh, like the actual superhero Irredeemable.
Yeah, man. Hey, catch up, son. Catch up.
Well, you didn't say the comics Irredeemable. You said the hero.
Well, they just went through my health. People must have been taking a shower. So, and speaking of him being irredeemable in that fashion, it's just because his parents let him down.
Oh yeah, let's get back on that. Why do you think it was the parents?
For one, the father took him out hunting and was going to shoot him. Actually, shot him in the back of the head instead of talking to him. What would have happened? See, the difference between that dad and Jonathan Kent is if Clark would have started doing that, well, it would have never went to the murder part already anyway. But he would have went hunting with Clark and would have said, "Hey, let's go kill this deer." Then he would have said, "Yeah, but you know what? We don't need to kill things that are weaker than us." And that's when they could have had a whole dialogue, and every chance that he gets to become more human is taken away by his parents.
So you're saying after he killed one of his best friends, he should have took him in the woods, and after he hold on, I'm sorry, let me rephrase that.
Yeah.
After he killed his best friend, broke the little girl's hands, broke into her house multiple times, killed her mom. So after he's done all that, you want to take him in the woods and have a talk with him about deers. He's already murdered two people that you know very well.
I hear you. So you want to take him into the woods knowing full well that he has superhuman powers and shoot him in the back of his head?
But he doesn't know the extent of his powers, and his main priority is his wife.
But see, that's the problem. His main priority should be his child.
Over his wife?
Yeah. For those who are soon to be parents, for those who are parents, please hit me up on Twitter. Is your main priority your spouse, or is your main priority your child?
But this isn't a normal situation. Like, this isn't a regular kid that if they push you, you can move them with your bare hands.
Why couldn't he? The wife was in denial the whole time,
as she should be.
And the father,
the father knew what was going on.
But the whole thing was why keep the alien technology? Why not just bury it, dude?
Well, if they would have buried it, they would have never. It would have never. They would have never been able to use it. The mom tried to use it. That was the only thing that would have saved the mom.
The boy would have never been contacted by it if they would have buried it.
Yeah, but he had already been in contact with it because he had been making those drawings.
Hold on, time out. He did not start making those drawings until he got hit. He
made those drawings in class during like the first scene before he went and visited the ship.
He was doodling. He's always been doodling just that BB thing.
But that's a symbol.
Right, but he never made it any more into like the world domination stuff until after he got contacted.
Yeah, but I don't.
Yeah, uh-huh.
No, I mean, there's no I mean, you're wrong. He did all those symbols before he got contacted.
He never drew any murder taking over the world until after the aliens started talking to him.
We don't know that, though. We don't know that because we only saw one page of his notebook, and it was in the middle of the notebook. All those drawings of him killing things were in the front of his notebook when they go to open it.
The drawings of him killing things were in the back, and they happened after he did the thing.
But we don't know that. Like we don't know that for sure.
Unless you're saying he is some kind of prophet, we do know that. The only thing that he prophesied was him with the rays destroying the world, but everything else was post. The picture of the murder of the woman, post. The picture of the guy's jaw, post drawing. So this is what we do know, though. He was just a doodler, dude, and trying to hide all of his doodles and stuff.
So how do you explain the aneurysms before he went and visited the ship in bed?
Oh, he never had any.
Yes,
until
he did.
Until he hit puberty, dude.
He didn't have a birthday.
They were saying
he didn't have a birthday and then he had it.
Puberty is not a birthday thing.
Yeah, but it comes at a certain period.
You're correct, and that's why the father was saying, "I know your body's changing and everything," and that's why the school counselor was saying the same thing too. They all thought it was puberty.
That's
aneurysms. Part of the story too.
The aneurysms.
When did the aneurysms start, Scott?
That was at the very beginning of the movie when we see him in bed, when he gets older, because that's the first time we see him go. That's the first time we see him break into the barn and see the ship.
Thank you. All that stuff happened post the drawings, dude.
No, right, but what I'm saying is. The drawings and the aneurysms happened before he broke into the barn. So we don't know if those drawings were already in, and that's how he planned to kill the people.
He was in the top 1 percentile. He's always been super smart. But what we do know is that the aliens started speaking to him, which was causing the aneurysms. That was the alien. That was a barn ship trying to communicate with them. We'll agree to disagree.
All right.
But moving on, I would still say that the parents were at fault. They did not try. They tried to protect themselves over their child. They were blind to a lot of stuff, and there's no way the father. And here's some more stuff. There's no way that the father, when the boy is in the restaurant and grabs him, or when the father is thrown through a door, that he's not like, oh, this boy is super strong. What's up? Come on, man.
Well, no, he did, because he said a couple times during the movie about him never being cut, never bleeding, never breaking a bone, never bruising.
So you were going to go out with a gun to shoot this cat. You would want to shoot him in the back of his head rather than try to reason with him, since you've been raising him since he was a zygote. Come on, man.
So let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. So you think what he should have did was, after that little boy murdered all those people and clearly has a temper problem, like clearly he has a problem controlling his anger, you would just give him a slap on the wrist and say, please don't do it again. That's what you just said.
No, I wouldn't. No, I did not just say that.
How would you punish him?
How do you punish a elephant when it's rampaged through your home, but it's wearing steel armor, so you can't shoot it? You have to reason with this. You have to reason with this higher being, with this more powerful being, and know the fact that he only lets you live because he has a connection to you. You have to remind him of that. He only tolerated the parents because he was just like, I have this image of you. You have to reason with this cat, dude. He's still a 12-year-old boy who's powered.
So again, you're letting him slide for murdering people.
So how are you punishing him by shooting him when you know it's not going to do anything? When you have professed and said that you've never seen him bleed before, never seen a cut on him, how are you helping anything out by taking him to the woods to shoot? The only thing that you're doing is literally saying, I know he's going to kill me after this. I'm taking myself out of the equation. That's the only thing you're doing.
But why wouldn't he think that when he just lied to his face? He lied to his face on multiple occasions about killing his friend, killing the mom, and breaking that little girl's hand, and sneaking into her house.
So the point of all this again, you were going to take a gun out and shoot him after all this.
As far as him shooting the gun, that's he didn't know what else. How would you wouldn't know how to kill him, but you know you've got to put him down.
Well, hold on, but why aren't you trying to use your own brain and figure out and talk to your wife? The wife and the husband do not communicate. The wife is just a foolish believer. She still, in the midst of all this, doesn't mention to the husband that, oh yeah, he got cut.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
That's what I'm saying. They are the cause of all.
No, they're not the cause of all that. He is the cause of all. You can't put that on them. You can't put that on them.
Hold on. Couple things, and even
when a child messes up, you can't put that on the parents.
I'm not putting that on the parents, but
You're
I'm
putting
saying
those murders on the parents.
No, I'm not, dude. That's not. You're trying to put words in my mouth, and I'm not. And I'll be very clear about what I'm saying. You cannot take this superpowered being out to the woods. You just lied to your wife. You just lied to your wife anyway. You just said you're taking him out to go camping because you want to go talk to him. Because you know that she doesn't believe anything anymore. So you're perpetuating a lie to your wife. You're perpetuating a lie to yourself and to the kid. And then you go out with the intention of shooting this kid. The parent, the father went out with the intention of taking himself out. Okay, that's all that is. That's all it is. And the first thing is when the chickens are dead, you don't go, oh, there's 40 chickens who he's just killed and he just broke this door down. It is a cry for anger. It is an ultimate having an ultimate being mad and having a pissy fit. It's the ultimate. You go, oh God, we are going to need to get some help and start letting people know what's up. It was all about their pride, dude. Their pride literally caused their son to take over the world from get-go. Now, I'm not even going to say from being a baby. Hey, yo, I got this baby. I understand you wanted to raise this kid, but after when all that kid started doing all that, and you couldn't explain all that, you should be like, yo, yeah, Sheriff, FBI, I need to let you know this is it. This is it. If anything happens to us, this is that. It's simple. That's it.
I hear you. I just, I can't.
At the very least, you girl, at the very least, the mother is a culprit. She didn't even tell her husband, the love of her life, her husband, that the son. Oh, hey, honey, listen to me. He's never been sick. He doesn't even bleed. You're wrong. He bled when he got cut by this metal. Oops. Come on, dude. That didn't happen.
I don't think he got cut before they had that conversation, though. I don't remember exactly, but I don't think he got cut before that.
The cut was before that. The cut was before this conversation because he didn't. Because the dad didn't freak out yet.
But to be fair, the mom was going through a lot though. Like mom just saw her like they just witnessed one of their good friends die. Like that's gonna weigh on you and make you forget stuff. Like we need to remember that they are like they're humans too.
Oh,
like,
absolutely.
They're regular people too.
They're regular people and getting shocked and everything. I get it. But dude, you start piecing things together. You're in a state of shock. Your paranoid brain kicks into overdrive. You know that when people are in that kind of shock, that's when people more than likely are like going, "You're out to get me," and that's when people are like, "No, I'm not. I'm just trying to help you." That's classic, man. I'm just saying, man. There's just the mother, you know, they so much underestimation of everything, and she's going to stab him in the back. He literally, if you look at this, the most important people in his life, all he sees is they have betrayed him. The father tried to shoot him in the back. The mother tried to stab him in the back. So again, this kid who's 12 years old trying to figure out what's going on, and he's also an alien, and they're trying to figure out how to take over the world. He sees this. He finally goes, you know what? Humanity is this.
Yeah, but you're trying to discipline him like you would a normal child when he's not a normal child.
I have never said that. What have I said? I said, how do you discipline an elephant that's wearing armor, that's done a rampage through your house?
And then you said you try to talk to him.
You do try to talk to him. You have to reason with them, dude. You cannot. You have to try to manipulate and reason with him because he's more powerful than you ever will be. What other resource do you have until you can figure out a way to get a weapon?
Then it goes back to one of the first questions I ask you is how do you discipline him for murdering two people in cold blood? And one of them is your family.
You have to. Here's what it is.
So you don't discipline him. That's what it sounds like you're getting at.
No, that's not what it. Oh, come on, man. See, hey.
Well, no, I'm asking because I'm asking you and you're not answering the question. You talking around it.
I'm not talking around it. I'm not a child psychiatrist. That's not my job.
I'm not saying you are.
So let me help you. I'm not talking around it. I don't have the answers, but I do know this. You cannot meet extreme brute force with brute force because you cannot try and match a nuclear bomb with a bullet. It doesn't work. What you have to do is, I'm not saying reason, but you do have to communicate and talk with this kid and be like, do you know what you did? And work around it. Even if you're going, yes, you are superior and you are the right one, and bide your time until you can get the proper weapons going on and communicate to people. Everything they did was just garbage reaction, dude.
So
you know?
How would you have reacted?
Again,
as a father, how would, because you are a father, how would you have reacted if your son murdered one of his classmates' mom, who you see all the time at the diner, and one of your family members?
But come on, dude, I don't even want to answer that because that's not even cool to even like say.
Well, I'm talking in the movie, just because that's what he did in the movie context.
Well then, what he sees how they're all murdered and saw what that cat does. He has to call the police. He has to start actually talking to people and saying, "Look, this is the problem, and this is what I got." This when he's murdered the best friend and the family members. Well, I'll tell you what you do as a dad. You have to go, "Oh, you know what? This is beyond me. I need more help than I have, than I'm able to do." That's when you get the sheriff involved. That's when you spill the beans about the alien and the kid. They at the very end, and what you've been skirting around the issue is this. At the very end, they still are being selfish. They don't want anybody to know that he's an alien. At the very end, it's still going, this is my child. This is my child. At the very end of it all, you don't have an answer for why are they still protecting this alien?
Why is who protecting him?
Sorry. Why is that the mother and that father, why are they still trying to protect themselves and their reputation and the alien at the very end of this movie? That's the thing about my brain.
I'll tell you exactly why. Let me ask you a question. If somebody came to you and said their son was an alien and had superhuman strength and could fly, would you believe them? Because I wouldn't.
Oh, if you're a sheriff and that sheriff was obviously smart because he pieced together those two symbols and he saw the carnage that happened, that sheriff would be like, okay, you might have a point there. You know that's true, dude.
I see why they don't like you. You would look crazy if you told someone that your son.
Yo, regular Scott, the sheriff and the deputy were like, "What is happening to this house?" They're figuring they would have known ahead of time even more that this kid had superpowers if you'd have just said, "Hey, this is what's going on, and our son is this." They'd be like, "Oh, I'm sorry." Regular Scott, let me answer your question for you. They call the sheriff department and they say, "Hey, I need you to see something," and they show them the proof. Get out of here, dude! Get out of here.
So you show them the ship, is what you're saying.
After you tell the sheriff what's going on, you show them the ship. At least the FBI can get involved. Some other higher ups. They can think you're crazy all you want to.
You know what? So you bring the FBI and all them boys in, okay? Bring all them in. What are they going to do?
Okay.
I mean, seriously, what are they going to do?
Oh, you have an awesome point. They are going to be aware of what this alien, where it came from, and the ship, and that's going to prompt them to want to get to that area more. Hey, it's going to be a loss of a lot of people, but they're going to know that's ground zero for where everything happened. That's what you do. Right. You don't go. You don't go. Oh, I can't let anybody know what's going on, so I'm going to take this alien in the woods. I can't even let my wife know what's going on. I'm going to take this alien into the woods. Come on, dude. Give me a break.
I'm not saying he's right, but I don't think it's the worst move in the world.
You'll always be my little boy, and I'm going to stab you in the back. And he's just like, okay, that's cool, Mom. You're out.
Hey, man.
Man. Give me a break. Son, putting me on trial. You need to step up and be on trial.
I am all for answering any questions you got.
Okay? What do you do? You're about to be if you're the dad, what do you do? You take your son out to camp.
My adopted son. This alien that I found.
Exactly. Right.
If he killed my sister or like my family member? Like are we going with the exact same premise?
Wait. As you said to me, the exact same thing.
Yes,
what do you do?
I would have done the same thing.
But you know,
I'm sorry.
You know what you're doing is definitely a suicide thing you're doing.
I do know that. I do know that. Like I am more than prepared to bite the bullet.
This is my take on this. I'm the dad. The dad was just like, I cannot reach the mom. What can I do? And he just said, I'm going out.
Yeah, and I would be more. Hey, look, man.
And again, it's stupid thinking on the dad and the mom's part. Why didn't the dad go, I got to tell more people about this, dude?
I mean, but you gotta think though. Like, this is a lot to process. He just got big boyed by the kid. Like, I mean, a lot's happened to this dad. Like, he's gone through a lot.
Right.
I mean, it's not like it's just a regular day, and all of a sudden he's like, "Hey, let's just go out in the woods."
Worst day you ever had, and that's why you exposed everything.
I mean, I hear you. I don't know if I would have done anything different.
You get your phone. You get on at the real at Ozzy Real, and you go. My son's an alien. He's done all this. You may think I'm crazy. But this is what's going on. My wife doesn't believe me. You just lose it and you do your thing. You release it. Yeah, man, come on, dude. This guy was just like shell shocked. It was like, I can't talk to my wife. I'm out, dude. Peace.
But like, think about that. You
Not
can't
my
talk.
problem, not
You
my
can't
problem
talk to your
anymore.
wife, and she won't listen to you. And you really don't. And your best friend just got killed. Who else?
Yeah, no. I hear you. But think about this. He chose to say, I'm out. He chose to go, world F you, I'm gone. Not my problem. That's exactly what he did. He was like, oh, my son, who he said we adopted, turns out to be a evil homicidal alien. I'm out. That's all he did.
I think this is more so just on the boy just being an evil kid than the parents being bad parents.
I'm not, and because I want to get this parenting thing really crystal clear, because there are people who are just like, I'm a good parent. I take care of my kid. I'm like, that doesn't make you a good parent. You're just a parent. You're supposed to take care of your kid. You know, that's the first rule of parenting. You know, a good parent is like, oh, okay, well, I'm making sure my kid is going to like every after school program and is drinking wheatgrass every single day and getting vaccinated. Yes, vaccinated. You know, come on, man. Just saying, dude. They were parents. They were not good or bad parents. They're parents who the woman got her wish to have a kid. And they could have did some other stuff, man. You know.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that's one that's going to have parents. Well, maybe not parents, but people divided.
Yeah, well, because like they went hard on the Kents, dude. You know. Because I'm telling you, Martha and Jonathan wouldn't have had that.
Martha and Jonathan would have got killed.
Man, Martha and Jonathan, dude. If you want to know the history of the Kents, I'm not saying they're perfect, like this perfect white bread family, but there was an old series where DC went crazy and they were just trying to just saturate the world with all this Kent Superman stuff, and they did a series called The Kents. And it's basically them in the 1800s and how they like went through all this stuff and like their views on like slavery and all this stuff, and like how they've always have been a family of just like abolitionists, and like, you know, also they did the same thing with the Waynes. It was like, all right, we get it, white people, we're cool, all right, it's fine, you know. Yeah, but no, you see now, Jonathan and Martha, nah, they wouldn't have had that. I'm
not saying that
Jonathan. I got to tell you something. He got cut on that machine. Okay, Martha. So we got to devise a plan.
What you're saying is that let me ask you this: if old boy would have had the weapon from the ship with him instead of that gun, and he killed him that way instead of trying to shoot him in the head, would you be more okay with that?
If who, the sheriff or the father or what?
Like when the dad took him out, if he took him out in the woods and just had like a piece of that ship with him because the mom told him it cut him, and he was going to kill him, and he used that to stab him instead of shoot him in the head, would you be more okay with that scene if it happened that way?
I don't know if I was like you mean like he would have made an arrow out of it or something,
or even like if he would have been like, you know, because you remember he took the gun from him at first, so what if he like set it up so he was letting him shoot and then he stabs him while he's like shooting so he doesn't see him or something like that?
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Or is it the whole idea of him killing his son that you're just like, I can't get?
It's the whole idea of him taking his son out to kill him. It's the whole idea of that he knew. He knew 1 and 1 makes 2, and he knew that kid was going to take him out, dude. You know,
or his wife.
And because here's the thing: what really got me pissed off about the whole thing was Damien. Oh, I was going to say Damien. The boy. He might as well be Damien. 666.
He might as well be
Yeah,
Damien.
like so. What's that?
No, I was saying he might as well be Damien.
Right, exactly right. So listen, dude. The father betrays him by shooting him in the back of the head. The mother betrays him by almost stabbing him in the back. What gets me is just that he, um, he, he, yeah, I don't like, I just don't like the fact that the father just like says, yo, man, this is beyond my control. I'm out of this, dude. You know, in a way, yeah. And what also gets me is that after they do it, they beg him not to kill him. They're like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Like, I'm like, dude, you just try to kill me. What do you expect me to do?
I get you on that point. Like, I don't disagree with you on that point. Like, as far as him, like his parents, betraying him and him being like, oh well, those are the only two I had connected to the world anyway. Like, I get you on that point.
Yeah, I'm listening to you. Go ahead.
It's just when you get to the point where it's like, I don't know what else to do or how to stop him from hurting anyone else.
They were not at that point because if they have called the police, the sheriff said, "Can I come up to your house?" No, you can't. I'll be back. Yes. So she's trying to hide stuff.
But you should be with that because she's protecting him.
Oh, I get it, regular Scott. But let me help you out here. You just said when you get to that point, they were not at that point. They have not contacted the police. They have not told anybody else about what's going on there. They haven't gotten to that point of last desperation. They were at the point of just being like, all right, world peace. I saw the pictures. Good luck. Come on, dude. Give me a break, man.
I mean, yeah. I get it, but
you get it. You do get it.
I get it. I just don't agree with it because I think you can't talk to somebody like that. Like there's no talking to that kid.
Oh, I get you, but that's all you have left is talking. You think what I'm saying, and part of it is just because you don't want to admit I'm right, but you think what I'm saying is going. Now listen, little boy, you did a bad thing, and if you cannot do that, you shouldn't. Killing's bad. Oh no, you go. Wow, why did you? Okay, I understand, but you still have to understand that we're connected, and you can't do that to me. And you just wait till you get your weapon and bide your time. You call people, dude. Come on, man.
So you're saying is you talk to him, and you make him feel at ease when really you're manipulating him until he drops his guard down for you to stab him.
You're manipulating that cat so that he doesn't kill you. And you're manipulating that cat so you can get out the information, dude.
So instead of killing him, you want to manipulate him.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, come on. That ain't that much better.
You are preserved, and the earth has a chance, dude. Now all he knows is just that these little tiny little worms, they will kill you, and I'm not like you. Come on, dude.
No, you come on. You just went on a thing about me wanting to kill this kid, me wanting to pull a roadie and go back to when he was a baby and strangle him in the mama's womb. But you talking about manipulating him into doing your bidding until you feel it's right to take him out.
I don't need him to do my bidding. I just need him not to do his bidding on me. Get it straight.
I got it.
I need to be around, dude. That's exactly what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying, dude?
So
yeah,
come on,
what's
man. What's the difference between you manipulating him to be around and old boy killing him? Or in his mind, he was going to kill him, killing him to be around. What's the difference between
in his mind, he knew exactly what his son was gonna do because he just said, I can't reason with my wife. And the way that my plan works out is that, hey, my wife, that phone call she made to me, I'm like, honey, don't worry. I have it all under control. You live another day. The sheriff can come by and see stuff. And then, hey, people are still going to get taken out, but you're not going to get taken out. And then at least other people know what this kid is about and how to hurt him. Dude, this guy just said, yo, I shot you in the back of the head and then I'm begging for my life. Yo, I almost stabbed you in the back. No, Arya. No, it didn't work like that. And then begs for your. Come on, man, give me a break.
I don't think she didn't beg for her life.
She was just like, oh baby, I was like,
no,
come on,
I think she was like, this is it. Like I think she knew what her fate was too. She didn't beg. There's one thing she didn't do. She didn't beg, and she didn't have a look of fear.
Yeah.
She wasn't scared.
Give me a break, dude. Come on.
No, you give me a break. You saying the same thing I'm saying, except you don't want to. No, the only difference is you're not killing him. You're still manipulating him, though. You're just not killing him.
It's not the same thing.
What's the difference? We're both manipulating the kid.
No. I am manipulating him so that we can figure out a way to take him out. I still want
to kill him later.
No, hold on. I still want to take him out, but I want to take him out in a very smart way. Where you, dude, you are just you want to take yourself out because that's what the dad.
I'm talking about if he was smart and had the piece of the ship, it would be no different.
He could not have hurt that kid because that kid would have known. You have to be smarter than that, dude.
No, I already told you. All you do is get him to shoot the gun. He wanted to shoot the gun. Put him in a position to shoot the gun. Have him laid down with his eye on the scope. He would never know. Just like he didn't know he was about to get shot.
Where do you stab this child, and how do you do it efficiently enough so that he doesn't retaliate?
You stab him in the back of the head while he's got his eye on the scope.
Okay, I don't have a problem with that at all. But your issue is that it will never happen because of the wife and him never communicating.
All right. Well, you think it was bad parenting. I just think he was an evil kid.
No. Those again, your words.
Well, what are you saying? Because you keep saying the parents didn't do this and the parents didn't do this. That sounds like bad parenting.
Well, why is it bad parenting if you're critiquing what a parent does? You're not a bad parent if you're making a mistake. You're a bad parent if you don't raise your child and neglect your child. They were trying to be very protective. But I say at the end, they were being bad people because they just gave up. They were just like, yo, not my problem. And once they realized what was up, they were just like, not my problem. You think you're being a good parent when you're protecting your child against the police, but when your child has done this, you're not being a proper citizen. You're not, and when you know that your child is special, and again. This is beyond bad parenting, Ray Scott. You got that baby as an alien, and he starts doing all this stuff. You have to realize at some point, it's an alien.
So you're going to go snitch on your kids.
You're going to go snitch on your alien kid, yeah, because at some point, it's an alien who's never bled, who's never broken a bone. So come on, dude. Give me a big solid break on
You got
all
a problem with killing the kid, but you ain't got no problem with snitching on your kid to the government and the police.
Hold on. At a certain point when your kid has become a homicidal maniac, you probably should tell somebody.
Or you should just take him out behind the woodshed like Old Yeller.
Hold on. Once again. See, I hate these little weird words. Hey, to all of our listeners, if you are in this situation currently, and you feel like you are unsafe, I need to help you. If you have a child that is a homicidal maniac that you raised as an alien, let me tell you something. It's not snitching. That's not snitching.
No, it is snitching. It is snitching. You just need to call it what it is. It's okay, but it is snitching.
Dude, no, because snitching has such a bad connotation. That's not snitching.
No, it is snitching, man. It is snitching. Look, I'm not saying you're wrong. But it is snitching.
That's not snitching.
I'm not saying you're wrong.
That's cool. That's not snitching. See, hey, because you know what you're doing? You are trying to save humanity, man. Yeah, this whole weird, hey, can't. Yeah, man, I think my kid killed 4 people. I can't call the cops. You better call the cops.
Nah,
why wouldn't you call the cops?
Why call the cops when you can just go have a conversation with them in the woods about some deer?
Okay, if your child threw your husband through a door, can outmuscle your big ass bear husband, is an alien, by the way, and you see him do some alien shit, yeah, you probably don't want to take him out in the woods shit. Okay? You probably do want to tell someone that something bad is happening.
All right. Well, you're
gonna take him out in the woods and shoot him in the back of his head and then beg for your life.
Listen, I've already conceded him shooting him in the back of the head was a bad idea. I've conceded that. I conceded that.
Yeah, dude. And
I did concede that.
Hey, regular Scott, you got a problem with this homicidal alien maniac, and you don't want to tell the police that. Yeah, I need you to come up here and see something.
Nah, because I'm not a snitch, and I ain't teaching my kid to be no snitch.
You apparently ain't teach your kid anything because he's already killed multiple people, saying he's an alien.
Nah, see, first of all, that it wouldn't have went that far.
Oh, hey, tell our listeners what you would have done.
What I would have done?
Yeah.
At which point? Which point am I jumping in? After the first murder or after he breaks her hand?
After he broke the hand.
After he breaks her hand, I'm gonna go see what he can do. Because let's not forget he broke that lawnmower as well. So when I see all that, I'm gonna start seeing what he can do. Like if I hear him do that and then I know that he hasn't bled and bruised, I'm probably gonna start putting some stuff to test.
Yeah, I hear that. Yeah.
Squeeze my hand. Like I can take a broken hand.
Have you ever had a broken hand?
Yeah, I've had a broken hand, a broken wrist, a broken ankle, a broken foot.
Okay.
You want a couple other breaks? Broken finger?
No. I still know why you want your son to break your hand.
Well,
but
no, because if he.
Why don't you say break?
No, I'm gonna tell you why. Because if he's gonna do this stuff, I need to know what he can do. So then when I hear these stories, I'm like, okay. I know that's true. My wife knows that's true because we've talked and we've seen exactly.
Yeah, but instead of you saying "break my take my hand," why don't you just say "grab this stick"?
Well, I'm not going to tell him to break my hand, but I'm going to tell him squeeze, and until I tell you to stop.
No, I'm going to
because no kid should be able to squeeze a grown man's hand to the point where it hurts.
No kid should be able to break a little girl's hand either.
Right, but would you believe that he broke her hand if the teacher told you that? Like, would you believe your son broke a girl's hand just by squeezing?
Oh no, I hear you. I hear you. Well, let me jump back to some of the basics once again about this movie. Yeah, you wouldn't, as a parent, you wouldn't want to believe that that's happening, but when you see your lawnmower that's been thrown over where it normally should not be and the damage to it, and you go, well, you know, my child is an alien. You start thinking about some stuff. Give me a break, dude. I like your whole thing about you testing the kid, but you start going, hey, if you get a call that your child has done this to another child and your child's an alien, you start going, it's possible. Yep. Especially when you know that you've never seen that child cut or bled before. Come on, dude. Give me a break.
For what? I just explained. You asked me to explain. I explained to you exactly what I would do.
I'm just saying. Okay,
and you just repeated exactly what I said I would do.
Yeah, but you also said you would like the no snitching thing. Give me a break.
Yeah, because I hold very true to that. You don't snitch on family. You take care of family yourself. You don't snitch on family.
Dude,
you take care of that yourself. That's just me personally. That's how I feel about that. You don't snitch, man. You can't snitch.
Your alien son has killed 4 people.
I'm not. I would no. Oh, see, that's where I think we differ. You have a problem with me taking him out, and I got a problem with you snitching.
No, I don't have a problem with you taking him out. I am going to take him out too. I have a problem with you taking him to the woods to shoot him in the back of the head.
I know. I already told you I conceded that particular fact.
Okay, so
I conceded that particular fact.
I do want to make that point perfectly clear.
I conceded
he must
that
be
fact.
He must be taken out. And so here's the thing. You would get the alien weapon and have this father take him out. What is the difference between telling the feds or whatever that this alien weapon can hurt him and have them take him out?
Because if you tell the feds, you saw what happened when you tell on him. So if you tell the feds, you're going to get all those people killed too.
But
you got to think about the collateral damage.
Right, but you're not. But you have to think about the collateral damage of you going, I'm not going to tell anybody what this child is. That's you're not thinking of that collateral damage. That's the most important collateral damage.
Right, but he's not going around hurting random people. He's only hurting people who either pick on him or tell on him
or say that I'm going to
tell on you.
Other people.
Yes.
So
he takes care of snitches. That's what happens to snitches. That's a perfect example of what happens to snitches. That's a perfect example of what happens to snitches. That was the moral of Brightburn. Snitches get stitches.
That is the most stupidest thing.
That was the moral of Brightburn. You don't snitch or you get got.
Okay, I will say this. When you're a whistleblower and letting people know what the government's doing and how they're using your money, when you have witnessed atrocities, whether they be murders or sexual assaults on another person, you should tell. You should tell, and you should make your voice heard. Your silence makes you part of the problem. Your silence and all that makes you the criminal too. That's my opinion. That's my personal opinion. Your silence is the violence. Okay.
All right.
So that's what I gotta say.
All right. Well, I hear you. We're just gonna be on two different ends of this spectrum.
Yeah, man. You know.
Well, we just had a nice little hour-long conversation about Brightburn. wasn't expecting the conveation to go that long, or to get that passionate. I didn't think we'd be on two opposite sides like that.
Say, snitches get stitches.
Hey, man, I'm telling you, that was the moral of the story. Now, look.
No,
I said this before.
Because the moral of the story that I got is silence is violence.
Okay. Well, here's the thing. As a father, which is I think I am going to make that a new segment at some point. But as a father, I might look at this differently when I become a father.
Yeah,
but I'm not one yet, so I don't look at it differently.
Yeah, and I have to say I'm not heartless and unfeeling, but you have to piece some things together that at some point you and your wife are not communicating. Your wife has seen the alien take possession of your child. Your wife has seen that, yeah, my child has never been cut before, but this metal cuts. And your whole, and your wife, and by the way, for your philosophy, Regular Scott, the wife is the ultimate no snitch.
And that's how it should be.
Yeah, and she got stitches, and she did no stitching. She did no stitching, but she still got stitches.
Well, that's because she tried to kill him.
You know,
if she would have went the Arya route with the going at the belly instead of going at the back and over top, she probably would have got him.
Nah, I think there was no good ending for her.
She had a shot. I think you can't go high though with a kid that low.
She should have went and had made the kid come to where the alien ship was,
right.
And trick him that way.
Right. So, last question, and then we're gonna wrap up. do you think the ship is going to be made of a certain element, like a kryptonite, if they do proceed to grow this universe? Do you think it's a kryptonite, or do you think it's like the actual ship?
Well, I think they're trying to get to some similar stuff. Like I bet you there is a kryptonite kind of thing to it, but the ship metal is just like Superman's ship metal. It's like Superman's ship is the only thing that can cut him. The cape was the only thing that, like, was indestructible like he was. And so they alluded to that. That was a big, like, kind of Supermanish type of thing about that.
Okay. And follow up to that, as far as the universe is concerned, which one do you think we'll get first? Do you think we get a Brightburn 2? Do we get the witch woman who likes to strangle people with her ropes? Or do we get the half man, half fish?
I mean, and what is it? She strangles people with her rope to make them tell the truth. Yeah.
I think that's what he said.
Well, I mean, I would love to see, even if they like do a Kickstarter, GoFundMe, something that we just do 10 years later, and just like we see what's going on with this cat, and then because we know that he's not going to try and be like this evil tyrant. He's got a plan because I think he's still going to try and take over the world, but in a different way. I want to see 10 years from now where he's like a professor or a senator or something like that. Who knows? Boy who survives a plane crash. No one knows about him, but he still is doing evil, dirty deed stuff around the world with a costume and everything. And then the other people come out too. And even with your boy Crimson, whatever, they all come out too, and I want him to be a vigilante.
So you want them to pretty much form like an Injustice League?
I want the Witch Lady. The Witch Lady can be bad, that's fine. But I want the half human, half monster Aquaman type person to be good. And I want the Crimson dude to be a Batmanish dude who gets a piece of the metal.
Oh, so you want it to be Brightburn and old girl versus the dude from Super and the Fish Boy?
Because you know why? Because you could totally turn it into a dirty DC one. And because you have your Batman, the Crimson guy, with the piece of the metal that can hurt him, working alongside an Aquamanish type of dude. And you have Diana, Wonder Woman, being loyal to the Brightburnish type of person.
Yeah, but you don't have anybody who can actually fight the Brightburn guy, like physically.
Well, maybe the monster dude is a good puncher. He can go toe to toe with the guy.
I'm thinking more so like speed wise.
Well, the curious thing too, though, is, or another possible thing is, was that the only alien ship that came down that day?
Probably, because I'm sure it's got to be like, or maybe there's a Kara somewhere.
Yeah, or maybe we finally see what the alien purpose is. But there should be a good one to try and figure stuff out. Maybe the girl comes back. She's a little bit older, and she's like, read in a journal or something.
And what happened to the ship?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The ship is still down there, dude.
After the plane crash and all that.
They had all those. What he could have did was made the plane seem like it crashed right on the top of the barn. But that ship was still at the barn, dude.
He might have moved. He might have took it somewhere.
He probably maybe.
All right. Well, that was a very spirited conversation.
It was. You're very opinionated, even when your opinions are horrible and wrong. But hey, I'm gonna say this, man. That glass filament and the eye scene was pretty gross.
Yeah, that one and the dude's jaw falling off was.
Oh God, that was terrible.
Yeah, the jaw falling off was the one for me.
Man, the eye thing was kind of. I was like, oh God.
I thought like maybe his tongue fell off or something, but it was his whole jaw.
And then this Brightburn cat literally has all the powers of Superman, except for the super breath.
Well, he might. We just don't. He just hasn't used it yet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he might have it. Because I don't think he knew he had the vision until he did it, right?
Right. Maybe, yeah.
And the flight, because he didn't know he could fly either. Because Mom saw. And, oh, you know what? Something to your point, Oz. Mom saw that dude fly.
Dude, you know.
That's to your point. Mom saw him flying, like, and being possessed by the ship.
Yo, homie, Regular Scott, as George Clooney said to Chris O'Donnell when he was begging him not to leave to go fight this battle in that crappy, shitty Batman.
Are you about to quote Batman and Robin?
Yeah. As he said, I'm about to say what George Clooney said to Chris O'Donnell, my comrade, my brother. And I was like, you just called Robin your brother. I'm out. Anyway, dude, Regular Scott. What up? That's the thing. She saw this. Hey, homie, she saw him glowing red and floating.
Yeah, I just thought about all that.
Now, what I was wishing would have happened was that she would have just dove for him and cut off the communication, and that means that he would have had a little saving grace. That way, he could be a little bit more responsible for his actions. But again,
part of me was hoping the twist was going to be she was in on it the whole time.
Oh, right. You know, like literally that dream was like something, too. But yo, man, she saw him floating, dude. Give me a break, dude.
Yeah, I just realized she saw that man floating, being possessed.
Your husband, who you love so much, is yelling at you, going, "We've never seen him bleed. We've never seen him cut a bone. He's never been sick." And she's like, "I need to tell you something. I seen him bleed, and he was floating the other day. Give me a break, dude. Come on."
You've been rocking that. Give me a break, huh?
Yeah, I'm just saying that's the name
You've
of my
been
new
rocking
podcast.
that joint today.
I'm leaving taking knee. I'm starting a new podcast called "Give Me a Break."
That's not a bad show title name.
With Nell Carter Nell Carter give me a break. The game is survival.
You gonna have V's as your co-host?
Oh yeah, man. We only on YouTube, dude. Only on YouTube.
Stop it.
Yeah, but come on, man. You give me a break. Your kid. Your. Hey, I don't snitch, but my kid was floating and killed 4 people.
he hadn't killed nobody at that point yet.
I know, but I'm just saying at the end of the day, man. At the end of the day, when the sheriff came back around, you could be like, "Yeah,
man. You saw what happened to every single person that snitched. They all died.
Yeah, dude.
They all died.
Hey, spoiler alert. You saw what happened to every single kid, every single person who didn't snitch. They still die. They're gonna die anyway.
Yeah, that might be true.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. Right. Yeah, dude. Hey, what's your final thought? What's your final blow, man?
You don't get to do that. What are you doing, dude?
Yeah, I felt the need, man.
What are you doing, man? Why are you taking my job? I don't get to do a lot on this show.
Hey, man. I'm taking the podcast and your job, man.
I don't get to do a lot on this show, man. That's one of the few things I get to do.
Dude, you get to do a lot. You were extremely proficient at being like the devil's advocate for everything I say, and being my and being my hooked on phonics linguist. Yeah, dude. Yeah, you keep me on my toes, man.
I wasn't playing devil's advocate with that one. Like I genuinely,
dude.
That was my genuine
thoughts. Dude, you were playing. I don't believe in snitching, but my son, even if my son is floating.
Nah, hey, look, that's just a personal thing though. Like I've snitching is one of those things you weren't allowed to do as a child, and that just stuck with me.
Yeah, dude, and it's when I was growing up, snitching was one of those things that kept neighborhoods safe. they kept people in check. That was like, hey, I saw Johnny with these boys. I had never seen him before. Thank you. I have a talk with Johnny. Now people are like, I don't snitch.
All right. Well, I guess I'll go first then, since you're running the show now.
Yeah.
My final blow is definitely go check out Rocket Man. I'm on that. Definitely go check out Rocket Man. Swamp Thing's coming out. Check that out.
Yeah.
Don't snitch.
Go see Brightburn.
Go see Brightburn. And hey, go see Brightburn and let us know what you think.
Yeah.
I want to know if it is a father thing. You know, why Oz feels the way he does, and if it's because I'm not a father and why I feel the way I do. You know, so we want all the different opinions and stuff.
Your floating alien son who you've never seen cut or bleed before just killed 20 chickens, and you're going to come out with a gun trying to shoot him in the back of his head.
Right. So what you should do is just have a nice conversation with him. Be like, you know you were wrong, son. Go sit in timeout.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
You let me know how that timeout session goes.
All right. You let me know how that bullet in the back of the head session goes.
Clearly, I won't be able to. That's my final blow. Definitely go check out Rocket Man. If you like Elton John at all, you'll love this movie because I was not an Elton John fan and I was not looking forward to this movie when I went to go see it. So
hey, we got to throw out a poll for the Twitterverse, man, to see if black people really do like Elton John.
Yeah, that's a good question. Let us know if you let us know on the Twitter and the email. Let us know if you're an Elton John fan. I am curious to know how popular Elton John is in the black household. Just
Ballerina, you must have seen her.
I mean, the Queen of England. How popular can she be in the black household?
Yeah.
And I am talking about Elton. In case you didn't know, and he is gay. In case you didn't know that either.
Yeah, like who cares?
Well, that's why I called him the Queen of England. Like that's his nickname.
Okay, and so?
What do you mean so? I didn't want people to think I was talking about the actual Queen of England.
No, you just said the Queen of England, and I'm talking about Elton John. And okay, cool.
And some people don't know he's gay because some people don't know who he is.
Right, because I don't snitch.
Well, dude, name the last Elton John song that's come out.
That's come out?
Yeah.
He has, Goodbye Norma Jean, the last one I could think
of. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, a lot of people probably don't even know. Most people listen to his music and probably don't even know it's Elton John.
Yeah, that's a shame.
I mean,
Ballerina, you must have seen
Tiny Man,
her.
Rocket Man.
Dancing in the sand.
I mean, he's got some.
Now she's with me. So good,
the Border
dude.
song, and this dude, was cool with the black folks at a time when it wasn't cool to be cool with black folks. He wrote songs about it. Like he's cool.
Kate Bush does a cover of Rocket Man, which is amazing.
He's cool in my book. All right, what's your final blow?
I'm gonna watch Swamp Thing tonight. Check that out. Excited about that. I'm excited about this Room 104, dude. You piqued my interest.
Now there are some really bad ones though, but there's some gems in there. You should definitely check that out.
I'm gonna tell you this: if there are any bad ones, regular Scott, I won't tell you because I don't believe in snitching.
Oh, you ain't got to snitch because I already know there's bad ones. You ain't got to snitch to me.
No, but you said there's some time travel and alternate reality stuff too.
Yeah, there's one where a dude talks with somebody one of his best friends that's dead. There's a lot of weird. It's weird.
Dude, I know I'm gonna be geeking out on that all night tonight.
And it's gonna have some very surprising faces, like some pretty big actors in it.
Oh, that's awesome, dude. That's good. Thank you, man. So that's my final blow, man. Regular Scott always brings some goodness to remind me of stuff.
Hey, man. Every now and then I come up with a gem.
Don't get too
I may
excited.
not be the greatest of parents or anything, but I come up with a nice gem to watch.
We'll see. Nah, dude, I'm excited.
All right, word. Okay, that's it. We did the show. I did not expect to talk about Brightburn for an hour, so.
Dude, I mean, you kind of, you consumed my whole day with that thing, dude.
Well, we had two very differing opinions about it.
Nah, man, you get so aggressive with your opinions, man. Like you're just saying, man. I'm a man. Ozzy's a man of peace and love.
Whatever, dude. All right, let's tell everyone we'll talk to them next time.
Hey, every good people as usual, man. And one thing, thank you for listening to the show. And it's always fun doing this with regular Scott. And man, peace and chicken grease.
And we release every Sunday, and
what you doing on a Sunday?
But make sure you Make sure you like, subscribe, and give us 5 stars on all the podcast platforms. Follow us at Need4 Marvel vs. DC. Ozzy Killmonger has a Twitter now.
I'm excited about that.
There you go.
At Ozzy Real.
There it is. There it is. There it is. At Ozzy Real.
Yo, that's Ozzy with 2 Z's.
And IE. Follow that man. He gonna start putting some good stuff up, or at least he better, or he's fired.
No, I'm gonna geek out.
All right. Oh my gosh, dude, we didn't even play my game. I'm pissed.
Wait, one of these has to go.
Yeah.
Hey, we'll save it.
No, it would be real quick. One of these you have to watch the rest of your life. Fantastic Four, Suicide Squad, Batman and Robin, or Blade Trinity. Real quick.
Oh my God.
We'll leave you with that. Y'all have a good time because we're going to have a good time until we talk to y'all next time. Peace.
Yo, what up, my people? This is J.R. Glent from Defy Life. If you're looking for an in-depth, honest, at times hilarious conversation on anything from current events to sports to entertainment and more, check out myself, Alvin, Thomas, Gerald, and Yosh on the Defy Life podcast. Dropping every Wednesday, available at GoDefyLife.com and everywhere your favorite podcasts are available. And as always, if you're not rocking with Defy Life, what's your life about?
Got to pay the price. We make winning look easy. Welcome to Defy Life. Defy Life.